Here we have the last play of the game. Kelsey Mitchell runs around. Caitlin gets the ball. Get ready to go up. Here she goes. Oh, it looks like an obvious foul, but no foul. And, oh, man, that is the game. New York wins by 2. Indiana loses. Let's talk about it. Let's go.
Took some overtime to get the time right. Had to lose a little mind to get my mind right. Finally realized, but in hindsight, you wanted the limelight. Me priority never once. You kept close but never really wasn't. I accept you're like a focus. Agree with all your choices. Needed you to need me. Needed you to see me. Until I found the right direction, I think my reflection would agree. Had to find the me in me.
The Short Sport by King David Jordan.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the King Joe Show. Kingdom Citizens, I'm King Joe live. Tonight's battle between the Indiana Fever and the New York Liberty had everything you live for in WNBA basketball. Heart, hustle, and a roller coaster finish. Fever fans, you should feel real proud. Despite the final score. I'm not huge on more victories, but this was a great game. Right? It was a great game. And I think at the end of the day, what this team showed flashes of greatness that, has me excited and pumped up for what's ahead. We saw Caitlin Clark dictate tempo. We saw defense that lit the third quarter on fire. And even when we hit that 5-minute drought, you can sense the roster refusing to quit. So listen, thank you guys. Make sure y'all hit the like. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Oh, man. What a game. Stick around, we'll break down all the key takeaways, the coaches' missteps, and the coaches' stretch to prove once again that this Fever squad has championship DNA. Just got to clear a couple things up. Let's dive in and remember, go for your goals. Always go for your goals because success looks fantastic on you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Man, if you did not see, what up, Ghosts? If you guys did not see, man, it was an amazing game. An amazing game that we had going on here. It was absolutely fantastic, absolutely amazing. If you guys did not see it, man, you missed out on something fantastic. It was an awesome game. And we're going to get to it. Thank you guys so much for chilling with your boy. Now, I want to start like this. Why am I encouraged? We lost by 2 points. Why am I encouraged? Because for the tip of the game, Indy played with energy and belief, and they showed that they can rock with the best of them. They showed that they can play with the very best that the league has to offer. They showed that, hey, when we're on and when we're striking, we may be the deadliest team in the WNBA. And I think they put the league on notice that we're here. I definitely think so. And another reason why I'm really excited about my Fever is if you look at the stats and everything, we scored 88 points, which I said that the score would be 94, 90, 93, 90. I said Caitlin will have 20 and 10. Oh, so close. She had the other triple-double, the bad triple-double. But even with 2 of our, well, really 3, if you really think about it, 3 of my main starters, because Natasha Howard struggled a little bit, 3 for 8. That wasn't a great game for her. But even with 2, we have 2 very important. Kelsey struggled. We had about 4. We really struggled shooting the ball in this game. Like, for all the stuff people are going to say, one thing they're not going to say is, dog, we struggled shooting the ball. And Caitlin is in like a little mini slump from 3. The one on Bonner can't buy a bucket. She's so shell-shocked, she's not even trying to shoot the ball right now. Right? And even Kelsey Mitchell went 6 for 16. She shot 35%. And, she shot 28% from 3. And that's well below her average. Caitlin Clark shot 18% from 3. All that happened, and throughout this whole game, the back and forth and everything that we had going on in this game, the thing that ended up causing us, once again, was 2 things. Missed shots, turnovers, which Caitlin had 10. She had a triple-double. The bad triple-double. But the thing that really cost us in this game, once again, for me, my opinion, is coaching and refereeing. Our coach and refereeing are the 2 things that I really cost us this game. bad calls. And the WNBA has to do something about the refs. They have to do something about the referees. They have to understand, the referees have to understand that Caitlin Clark is a superstar. She's not an ordinary player. Am I saying give Caitlin Clark fouls that she shouldn't get? No. But I'm saying that you give the superstar the same benefit of the doubt that you gave Sabrina Ionescu in the playoff before. And that's the issue that we're having as Indiana Heat fan, because the play before, Leslie Hall was straight up, was straight vertical. But they gave Sabrina Ionescu the call because it was close. And all we wanted was, hey man, do us the same way down when it's close. And we did not get that opportunity with Caitlin going up and they saying McLeod just stripped her. It was a good defensive play, good offensive play. But if you watch the replay very, very closely, Natasha Cloud definitely was holding her, and she definitely got a piece of the wrist. She got none of the ball. Zero of the ball. And this is what we're trying to tell you guys in the situation. And even though this happens, and Stephanie made some bad decisions down the stretch too, and we'll talk about it. Now, she couldn't challenge now from what I'm understanding, everybody's going at Stephanie for not challenging the Let's See Hall play with Sabrina Ionescu. And I think the rule is you can't challenge if you don't have a timeout. And she didn't have a timeout. She had used all our timeout. But earlier she used the challenge for Sophie Cunningham that I was like, she probably should have kept at that time. It wasn't that big deal. She used that timeout earlier in the game. Now, what's really, 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 have a mic, camera issues. What's really, really, really causing a lot of people, especially Fever fans, to get upset is Stephanie White's continuance. Now, we ran third quarter, we were dominant. Fourth quarter, and I get it. She gotta get her players some teams. But we're playing at a pace that's crazy. Both teams were playing fast. Both teams were showing the best of the WNBA. See, that's what we try to say about the Atlanta Dream against the Pacers. It showed the difference in when you have two quality teams or a team that has to play ugly. And see, Atlanta Dream understands they're not the best shooting team. They're not the fastest team, but they know how to play ugly. Chicago Sky. But this is the thing: when you saw New York and you saw Caitlin, you saw the best of the WNBA, and it was so exciting. It was fantastic. You couldn't take your eyes off the screen. Even when they missed bunnies and layers, you still was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And you saw the best, and I'm so glad that this game went the way it went. I only think I wish we would have won, and Caitlin would have hit that game winner at the end. I thought that would have been better. Or either hit the game winning free throws. That would have been the only way the best. What's up, Kay? You relate? That would have been the only better way that we could have ended this game. But at the end of the day, it was a great game. The flow was good. The only time I had an issue with the flow of the game was once again around that when we got that 12-point lead. Was it 15? 13 to 15-point lead. When we got that big lead, we legitimately started walking the ball up the court. And I couldn't understand it for the life of me. It's like we was hoping that the time run out. No, keep running. Run the girls off the court. They can't run with you. They can't. When you walk the ball up, you allow Jonquel Jones to catch her breath, who had a monster game. Jonquel Jones really carried the team because we didn't get much from Bree for Stewie. Sabrina struggled the second half. Well, really, she struggled the entire game. She shot 8 for 20. Breanna Stewart was 4 for 11. But Jonquel Jones, who right now, honestly, her and Natasha Cloud are the MVPs of the New York Liberty. Jonquel Jones had 26 and 12 with 3 assists. But if you run the ball, what's the one thing? That's what I keep trying to tell people. What's the one thing that we can do that Jonquel Jones who's a great player, you got to run her and get her tired. You got to run her and get her tired all day. But we see what's going on. We see the game and we see how it's going. All of a sudden, we start doing what? Walking the ball up. All of a sudden, we start doing what? Once you start walking the ball up, we start turning. We start letting Sophie come in here and break up the ball and putting Kaden on the corner. And we like, why are we doing this? We just had a total video. I just did a whole show on why would you take the ball out of the most exciting player in the NBA's hands. Even if she's turning the ball over, don't take the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hands. Because something exciting is going to happen. And she had let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. And this is why I'm so excited. I'm disappointed that we lost, but I'm also excited because Caitlin had a horrible game. And she still gave you 18 and 10. And this is a bad game. Caitlin Clark shot 6 for 18. This is why she's a star. Right? This is why she's a superstar. This is why she's the best. This is why you can't put her in the same category with Angel Reese. Because Caitlin Clark's bad games is 2 for 10. Last game, 11. Her bad game last game was 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. We won. She had another a shooting game tonight. 6 for 18, 33%, 2 for 11 from 3-pointer, 18%. Right? She had 10 assists, 5 rebounds, and she scored 18 points. It's not the best game for Caitlin Clark, and we still should have won. We still left about 10, 12 points on the scoreboard. Say what you want to say. The big 4 for Indiana, because it seems this year, and it just shows too that there's a that I don't know what's going on with Stephanie White. I get it. DeWanna Bonner is a Hall of Fame player. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame player. Oh, you was right, Just Kid, Brooklyn. Y'all got Bob by the hair on your chitty chin chin. And I mean, Just Kid. Hey, JK, you were right, bro. Y'all won. But before I get to how hard the refs are, because we know the refs are trash. We know the referees are ludicrous, ridiculous, egregious, and any other us you want to put behind it. Disastrous. And, you know, we know this. But what we have to do to onslaught the fact that these guys, these referees are not going to give us anything. They're not even giving us the benefit of the doubt. The fouls that we get called have to be obvious fouls. They have to be doggone near, they almost have to be hard fouls for us to get a call. Because anytime we go, we have anything that's even questionable, it's going the other way. The last play, McLeod had her hands all over. I'm sorry, Natasha Cloud. I said McLeod. Cloud had her hands all over Caitlin Clark. She was holding her with 2 hands to begin with. Now, y'all told me the WNBA that y'all was calling that this year is a foul. Then when she goes up, she gets on the wrist and the arm again. That's another foul. And the ref is looking dead at it. And Caitlin's like, yo, call the foul. That's a foul. But at the same time, Caitlin can't let them do it yet. These are who was that last? We talked about this last video. Just kid from Brooklyn. We talked about this last video. Who was that? Was it Zane saying that hey, they're new refs? August Matz, what's going on? You gotta get them some time. It was somebody in the comment last video that said they're new refs. You gotta get some time. You can't give them time because right now these games are important. You're talking about a number 1 seed and a number 2 seed when it comes down to it. And every game is important. But even with that, we got to talk about the layups that we missed in at the beginning of the fourth quarter. We got to talk about not executing our offense, walking the ball up, not running the high screening roll. How do you get Aliyah Boston 27 points, 13 rebounds, who was a beast? Aliyah Boston, you have been phenomenal this year. Phenomenal. You should have had 34. You should have had about 39, 30. You should have had 31 because you missed 2 bunnies. But you have been phenomenal this year. But for some reason, we stopped going to the high screen and roll when we're getting scores every time. That's not on Caitlin. That's on coaching. The coach calls the plays. Utah Jazz ran high screen and roll from the time the ball was tipped off to the end of the game. High screen roll, high screen roll. Just started Karl Malone. You can't run it enough times, especially in a big game like this that's gotten you back up and up by 10. You can't have little lost possessions and the turnovers again. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. And I give Caitlin breaks because of some of the turnovers, because she's seeing stuff that we're not seeing. That she's seeing it and boom, she's reacting to what she's seeing. She's seeing it happen, and she's a gifted pastor. And sometimes when you're gifted, you see things that other people can't see, and they're slow to react to. I think a couple was a bad pass. But we saw this. We saw what was going on. I know y'all will look at this. They'll look at the sheet and say, "Hey, the one on bottom was a +9." But listen, every time the one on bottom got on the court, it seemed like we started losing. That's up the end. And this is the thing: the one on bottom has no confidence in their offense right now. 0%. 0% confidence. And I mean none. But we'll come back to the one on bottom because I think that was a big thing that a lot of people didn't see that I saw, and I was like, why? The pace and the keeping of the ball in Caitlin's hands, we did a much better job this game. Especially early in the game. We pushed the tempo, we ran Chris sets, we got Caitlin the ball in the space, she was able to attach, she was able to get the ball to whoever she was, and she just is missing her shot. But Lord Jesus, the way Lexi Hall and Aliyah Boston was playing was phenomenal. And I mean phenomenal. So early the pace was where we wanted. The Liberty is just a good team, man. And what we're having a lot for the Fever, we have a lot of lows. We have a lot of lows. Like we go and we score 30 points real quick. We score 30 points, then we have a low and we might score 10. Or we might go 5 minutes without scoring. It happened in the second quarter, and next thing we know, the Liberty is up by 14. Or is it 12 or something like that? Then we come back. Finally, Caitlin starts heating up. She hit a nice drive and kick, a step back triple, some free throws, another 3. She starts coming to life. And we saw, all right, cool, we got a chance. And we can start going crazy. But all of a sudden, once that fourth quarter started, well, I think they took a timeout. Once they took a timeout, that fourth quarter started, we started walking the ball up. And I'm like, why are we walking the ball up? We make a substitution and we put certain players in, well, we're walking the ball up. And I'm like, why are we walking the ball up? Then I saw Natasha Howard bringing the ball up. I was like, why is Natasha Howard bringing the ball up? Then I saw Sophie Cunningham bringing it up. I was like, why is Sophie Cunningham bringing the ball up? Then we start running that same play. Kayla in the corner with the 2 double screens off the corner, roll out for the corner. We start seeing the same thing and we're like, why? Why? And that one thing we kept saying, and this is what I keep saying. And I think this is something Stephanie White had to say, and I think they talked about it in the broadcast. Caitlin, we don't care if you go 5. I don't care if you go 1 for 20. Keep shooting that thing. Because what it does is it keeps the defense honest. And if you got Lexi Hall, Aliyah Boston, and those players, they're going to get some offensive rebounds. Keep letting it fly. because that pressure of letting it fly, it keeps the pressure on the defense that they have to guard you 90 feet, which opens up the game for everyone else. And it's two things Caitlin got to do too. She got to crash the glass. Because anytime Caitlin crashes the glass and she starts the offense and she's pushing it, oh yeah, good things are happening. But when someone else gets the ball and they try to look for Caitlin, what teams are doing is they're jumping on her right away and try to deny her the ball. If she crashes the glass, 5 rebounds, you need Caitlin to get about 5 or 6 rebounds a game. Because it's gonna spark your fast break. Definitely. It's gonna spark the fast break. And with Kelsey Mitchell running out of court, Lexi Hall running out of court, those guys running, even Natasha Howard, AB, yeah, you want to run. We're at our best when we're running. If we're running half court, we're at our best when we're running high screen and roll with Caitlin and AB. Because if they collapse, we can kick it out to Lutzy, or we can kick it out to Sophie. And we did kick it out to Warner, and I don't think she even hit the back. She just hit straight. I don't even know how she hit the backboard the way she hit the backboard off that shot. The one shot the Warner Butter took. Well, no, the 2 shots the Warner Butter took. I don't even know how she hit the backboard on the first one. It was a wide open 3. I'm talking about wide open, and they didn't even hit. It wasn't even close. I really think if she hit that shot, that was ball game. But that's me. That's neither here nor there. But all right, before I get into what she did negative, let me do what she did good. Christy, you did a great. Oh Lord, I'm calling the lady Christy. Christy Size Jr. Stephanie, what you did good was we're happy you started Lexi Hall. And Lexi Hall, what she do? She came back and she responded. Lexi Hall responded with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and she played break D on Stewie. Stewie had a bad game, and that was largely due to Lexi Hall. We've been clamoring, hey, we know the Wonder Bunners, she's a Hall of Famer. But right now, the Wonder Bunners, I don't know, man. I will say this, she did good off the glass. She did a great job rebounding, and she played pretty good defense. She played some good defense. But I don't understand the infatuation of continuously playing in the Wonder Bonner at this point until she get up. Another person I felt like we missed was Sydney Colson. We gotta find Sydney Colson some minutes. Sydney Colson could get you. She's a champion. She actually gives me more spunk than the Wonder Bonner does. Which brings me down to the huge mistake that Stephanie White made tonight. And I had her in it, and I've been watching y'all. There ain't nobody pointed this out. Stephanie White at the end of the game, they had at the end of the game, we had an opportunity. We had the ball. Caitlin had got penetration. She got by, and we was coming out the timeout. And when we came out the timeout, the first thing I said, "Oh man, why is she in the game?" That's the first. If you go look at if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I am King Joe. Go look me up on Twitter and see what I say at about on my page. Hold on, I'll show you. The split screen. But look, right here on my page, I'm off the rip saying, why is Bonner in the game? I was like, put Howard back in the game for offense. And then put Bonner back in we'll put Bonner back in. Why is she in the game on that play? Put Howard in the game. I'm screaming, put Howard in the game. I'm literally screaming at the screen, put Howard in the game. Why is she in the game? And people, and the reason I want to do that because why? At the end of the day, man, when we're sitting up here and we're balling and we're playing, you know, you need your offense because that was an offensive possession, right? And I didn't even talk about the challenge. We do. She said that they could challenge because of they needed I thought she could challenge because she could have. I thought she could challenge because she didn't have any timeouts left. But independent Aquaman, you saying that she said she didn't challenge because more seconds are needed to do so than she was allowed. That's interesting. I thought she didn't challenge because she didn't have any timeouts left, and she didn't want to, or she would lose the reset timeout. And I agree, Shanks, I agree. 32-15, the refs played horribly. We talked about that a little bit. The refs are horrible. WNBA refs are horrible, right? But we complain about that every game. We complain about that every single game. So we just got to play through it. We got to play through it. But what she could have done was she could have had Natasha Howard that had 15 points in there that's great around the rim, hit that layup. That the one missed. They get the rebound, go back now. Sabrina Ionescu gets fouled. Questionable call. Then we know the history. We go back down. Finally run a play for Caitlin that she's not doing the inbound. And questionable call again on Cloud. This is what we keep saying when we talk about the WNBA being trash. We complained about the refs all last year when Caitlin was out there getting slaughtered. She was out there getting beat down. We kept talking about the refs all last year saying, man, it would be great to have some good referees out there. It would be great to have someone that's going to call the game straight down the middle. Or at least call the game righteous. But they don't give Caitlin that call yet. I think if that was Sabrina, or if that was Stewie, or if that was Asia, or if that was someone else that had the pedigree, they made that call. They made that call. And I agree, August. I think at the end of the day, no team can run with us. We just proved something that a lot of people don't know. And that's that no team, when we're running, we'll run you out of this gym. No team can run with us. None. But the way that New York cut into that league was they slowed the game down and they started piling the ball into Jonquel Jones. If you watch the game, that's the nutshell. Every time New York went on the run, it was because we slowed the game down. It was our own issues, our own turnovers. It was the stuff we was doing, missing wide open layups, missing wide open threes, missing shots. And we fair here. A lot of the turnovers was Caitlin tonight. A lot of the missed shots was Caitlin tonight. But I am encouraged because I know Caitlin is not going to play like that often. On more occasions, she's going to be dominant than she's going to play like she played tonight. And she still got you 18-10. 18-10-5. And you almost beat the number one team in the NBA. You should have beat them. We have a reason to be excited. Kelsey didn't play well. She didn't shoot relatively well either. And that's the issue that we're having now. And that's something that we're going to fix. And I'm excited. But Stephanie, listen, I appreciate you. You didn't start the Wanna because we started talking about, all right, what's going on? Does the Wanna have some videos or some? And she's a Hall of Famer, so I'm hoping that she gets out of her slump also. I just think once we get out of our slump and we put things together, it's gonna be a dangerous situation. Consistency is the biggest issue. Consistency. And what we need to do, we're giving Stephanie a hard time because of some of her scheme, some of her schematic lapses, and her rotations and some of her rotations. She has to learn the team too. And I know we're upset. This is game 4, and we feel like we should be 4-0. At least 3-1. Nah, we definitely should be 4-0. We feel like we should be 4-0 and on top of the standings. Everybody hit the like, subscribe. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. But I think it's a growing process. And I think we're going to grow to get where we're going to be. Aliyah Boston has played phenomenal. Kelsey played phenomenally. Caitlin had a better second half. It was a good game. Us to hold Stewie to 4 for 11. Sabrina 8 for 20. That means that our defense has improved significantly. So I like the things that I saw. It was a great game. It was a hard-fought game. Congratulations, New York Liberty. But I'm still with my fever. I think we have an opportunity to do something special this year. All right. So listen, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. If you agree, let me know how you feel about it. I'm finna go Saturday evening. I'm finna go enjoy the rest of the Saturday evening with the fam. I do got a new video where we're going to be talking about your girl. Brittany Griner is in the news for all the wrong reasons. And what she did and what she may have said, it may have been directed at White Paper. And we're going to see what the WNBA is going to do about the situation. Because we see the national news is not going to report it. We're going to see. We'll come back and talk about that in the next video. Y'all be blessed. Listen, go for your goals. Don't ever stop going for your goals. Always go for your goals. Just listen. Make it success. I'm your boy, King Joe. I'm finna go eat. Hey, I'll be best. Go. Hey, that's hilarious, Sharp. Thanks. Yo, we're going to talk about that Grinder situation. Grinder got a couple of things. I don't know if y'all saw what she did today in the Atlanta game. What she did, which was the broadcast. Crazy. We're going to talk about it. And then we caught the video. We got the video, WNBA. What y'all going to do? Because we ain't see any video that you guys have come and thrown at us. We'll talk about that coming up. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Do me a favor on your way out. Please hit that like and subscribe. Much love.